huge problem with number theory, and I'm pretty sure I've made videos about this before. I haven't messed around with this in a while, but trying to find 0.0 repeating ending in 1. Computers reconcile it 0.9 repeating as 1, but if you take, how do you find 0.1 repeating again? I forget. So you find 0.1 repeating, and that's yeah, I think it's 1 minus, because you have to find 2.2 repeating. And this is a number paradox I found. How the fuck did you do it again? I don't even remember. 1 minus let's have some whiskey and think about it. I forget how I found 0.1 repeating. How the fuck did I do that? I have it written in a notebook somewhere, but got nothing else to do, so might as well just play with some numbers. Of course, I got phlegm again. If I ain't careful, get another nosebleed. So, I think it's what? So, 1 divided by 3. Times that by 2. Gives you 0.6 repeating. Divide that by 3, and you get 0.2 repeating. And divide that by 0.5. You get 0.1 repeating. Wait, what? Oh, right, you have to multiply. So stupid. I always kind of hated that about number theory. Dividing with decimals can make them multiply. Why is that so warm? It's gross. Okay, so 1 divided by 3. Times that by 2. Divide that by 3. Times that by 0.5. and you get 0.1 repeating. And I don't know why the number is so short. It should be repeating. And so the funny thing is that you have to have this function of exponent where it creates a series of zeros infinitely. You gotta do that. But the funny thing is that then you can add this with the same equation until you get to 0.9 repeating where it equals a whole number. And so 0.1 repeating doesn't equal 0.2. 0.2 repeating doesn't equal 0.3, and so on. Until you get to 0.9 where it equals 1, and then when you get to 9 and 9 repeating, it equals 10, and you have to add 0 to get to a whole number, even though you can add an infinitely repeating number like 0.1, which has value. So it's a number paradox, and it's always driven me crazy. I hated it in school. That's why I never went into mathematics, because it just like nothing, everything's sort of rounded, and because we have repeating numbers and we don't have a fundamental value. And it took me I only got back into it when I was living in Golden because I was going to go back to college, and I decided not to because it would just cost too much and I'd be in debt for the rest of my life, and I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with all these smart ass kids that are coming out. That's way better. Yeah, that fucking beer is disgusting when it's warm. Ew. And, okay, so then you have to create this. Because it won't let you, copy paste it. What is it again? 1 divided by 3. We just put 3 repeating times 2. Times 2. Divided by 3. Times 0.5. Let's take a photo of this so I don't have to rework all this nonsense. Anyway, let's see how you accumulate infinite numbers. And you get 0.2. Computer should let me do it again. Yep. Alright. So, let's record that. Here's a funny thing about number theory of adding 0.1 repeating. Then it rounds up. Isn't that annoying? That's how they reconcile it. And now it'll be 1. So they're saying 0.9 repeating doesn't exist, but 0.1 does. I always hated rounding numbers. That shit bugged the fuck out of me. Oh my god. That's what turned me into a philosopher, probably. Really? I'm all thumbs. But rounding numbers, I absolutely hated it. And that's the only way that they can reconcile number theory, rather than searching for true fundamental value, which would be 0.0 repeating ending in 1, but you have to find the limitations. There has to be a limit. Einstein's limit, mine went to, how far did I go? 78 decimal places, something like that, is what I believe the fundamental value would have been. I don't even remember how I did that. So, anytime you have a repeating number, it's left to a system. Or then the system. I'm gonna get a nosebleed, aren't I? Fucking better not. I'm so pissed. I'm sick and tired of these. It's just mucus. And, I wish you could edit the equation on the screen. Why can't you do that? By highlighting. You know, fucking convenient that would be. You would think that would be common sense. That I need to just be able to edit the equation on my screen. Anyway, what else was there? It went deeper. And how to use one. But it starts to do this fallacy where you can't get 0.0001. But yet, when you round up, essentially it's 0.0001. It's automatically added to it. Am I red? Or is it just camera? I'm really tired. So it's nonsensical. It just doesn't make any sense why you would automatically add that number, but you can't calculate it. Don't fucking nosebleed. And how did I find it? I found it somehow. I know you can minus like 1 by 0.9999 and so on until the computer runs out of space. But there's a mathematical conclusion to rationalize infinite numbers, and I found it one time. And, like I said, it was like, I don't even remember the words anymore. Whatever they call that number at the bottom. Or variable at the bottom. And it's 1. Huh? Oh, right. That's silly of me. See, the funny thing is, too, so if you take 0.8 repeating ending in 9 plus 1, parenthesis 1 divided by 3 times 2 divided by 3 times 0.5, parenthesis times 1, you're adding 0.111, but that adds to 9, which then should be 1.9 repeating. But it's not. Which means that it should then just infinitely, calculate and just be completely fucking nonsense. Because 1.9... which should then be 1.9 repeating, which would be 2. Right? Am I dumb? I'm probably being dumb. I haven't thought about math in 6 years, so it's funny how to break calculators. Because it should equal 2. with a 0 at the end and 1. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm being stupid. So they can end it with a 0 to reconcile calculations. But they don't rationalize the value of point zeros ending in 1. Where's that number come from? I think, it's dividing by 10, which then if you divide by 10 with an infinite exponent, then it's equal to 0. And that's how you equate 10 to 0. Okay, I remember now. It's enough of that. I want to watch a movie.